Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. Multiplayer-focused games have a long and proud history of meaningless, shallow, and dull, tacked-on single-player campaigns, and when the first Titanfall game came out, its single-player offering was about as shallow as you could possibly get. In addition to that, the multiplayer offering was so amazingly imbalanced due to the smart gun that the player base quickly evaporated, leaving the game consigned to the doldrums of virtual non-existence. Since then, Respawn Entertainment has promised in Titanfall 2 an actual, meaningful single-player campaign and an improved multiplayer. So with that being said, let's see if they manage to succeed with Titanfall 2.
Of all the things I've seen on the battlefields of the frontier, the pilot is the true dominant force. Fast and agile. Graceful, yet devastating. Perceptive, resourceful, and relentless.
Now, I know that a lot of people have been wondering whether Respawn was able to deliver on their promises of having a meaningful and real campaign, so let me just get this out of the way right now. They did. The campaign was awesome. Matt Mercer and Glenn Steinbaum did a phenomenal job voice acting in this, and through their efforts, Cooper and BT really came alive. So the game starts off with Cooper being a standard trooper who is in training to become a pilot, a member of the elite, which this estimation of pilots being gods of the battlefield have been prevalent since the first Titanfall, and is something they very much carried over here. And right off, you find Cooper's company ambushed by mercenary forces, and BT's original pilot, Captain Lastimosta, is killed.
BT, transfer authorization to new pilot. Link, Bravo Tango 7274. Cooper, take my Titan. Use my helmet and my jump kit. This is the real thing. Take care of him.
Now this introduces you to the game's parkour and fighting mechanics as you engage in a two-part fetch quest to find power cells to get BT back into fighting condition. Once that happens, BT registers Cooper as his new pilot, and they task themselves with continuing Lastimosa's Special Operation 217 and rendezvous with Major Anderson.
Power at full capacity. Pilot, we must establish a neural link in order to proceed. Please embark when ready.
Now, through the course of the game, you're naturally subjected to a huge amount of parkour elements, and for someone like me who sucks at platforming, this can be a bit aggravating. However, once I was able to get around fairly effectively, and after a while, I actually started becoming accustomed to the wall jumping segments, and I actually started patting myself on the back a little bit during the more difficult sequences, like during the prefab building plant sequences. Now, through most of the campaign, it's you and BT on your own, and you are constantly having to separate from each other in order to make it through the level. However, this doesn't detract much from the overall game and actually helps serve to underscore the different skill sets available to you. With a large variety of weapons for Cooper and a total of 7 different loadouts for BT, featuring different guns and special abilities for each, you can customize your kit to fit either the situation or your playstyle. Now, in addition to that, after you rejoin with the militia, that's when things start to really take off, and this serves to underscore the abilities of the pilots versus ordinary infantry as you work in squad-based tactics that were really a lot of fun, even if they were a bit brief.
Come on, Coop. Keep up.
Hold your fire. It's bulletproof. We're gonna breach the glass. Take your marks.
Guy by the stairs.
Tango on the mezzanine.
Shape charges are ready.
Hey, Coop, watch how the 6-4 does it.
Pilot Cooper, are you ready?
Got my target.
Breach it! Breach it! Breach it!
Clear?
Clear!
That's how it's done.
6-4, on me. Cooper, get to the captain's console and disable the guns.
And through it all, Cooper and BT's communication and brief discussions really give you a feeling of teamwork and leaves you feeling like both of these characters are better with the other one being there, and that the bond between Pilot and Titan, at least on the militia side, runs deep. Now, in addition to that, they really worked hard to give BT his own personality and make him his own character, and for the most part, they succeeded brilliantly. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are some problems with the campaign that I was a little unsatisfied with, first off. The AI is dumb. Now, right now, I know a lot of people will offer up the excuse that, well, that's to show how badass the pilots are supposed to be, right? No, just stop, okay? Now, I understand that single-player campaigns are always going to be a bit of a power fantasy, but when you have groups of enemies clumping together so you can headshot 7 or 8 of them in one burst, it's a bit ridiculous. And I was really left with the impression that the AI is basically completely inept in this game, and the only difficulty I had on normal was the jumping sequences themselves. And due to the speed of the regeneration coupled with the cloaking ability, I never really felt like my character was in any real danger, except during moments where sheer mass numbers of firepower weighed me down. Now, in addition to that, the campaign is short. It clocks in a little over about 6 hours on the high end, probably closer to 5.5 hours if you don't have any problems with the jumping segments like yours truly did. And it left me feeling a bit shocked when the end actually came. Now, don't get me wrong, I really wanted to see more, and I feel like this could have been legitimately fleshed out into a full game in its own right. And how awesome would that have been to have a campaign the length of a BioWare game in Titanfall? I mean, engaging in military campaigns across multiple worlds, making decisions that affect the course of the entire war, engaging in more squad-level combat with a team of pilots each having different specialties and vulnerabilities. And yes, more BT. I'm sorry, I can't get enough of this guy. Glenn Steinbaum did an amazing job, and I actually thought BT was more engaging than Cooper. Also, the rest of the campaign is your stereotypical boy and his robot, and it didn't really offer anything new, except for the fact that you don't get to kill the main mercenary at the end. He gets away, and in the doing grants you your life and the ability to succeed against the IMC.
It's your lucky day, hero. I'm not going to kill you. I don't work for free. But you don't get to kill me either. Yeah, you earned this, eh?
Listen, that Vanguard-class Titan is still in there.
Not my problem, Marta. Should have put it in my contract. I've got other people with money to see.
What are you doing? What do you think you are doing?
And the last complaint that I have about the campaign is the goddamn smart pistol. Now, there's one scene, or one area, where you have to retrieve BT's memory core, and it is a slicing knife and a smart pistol, which makes me believe this is the standard holdout pistol for when a pilot loses their Titan. And it's a straight-up running sequence where you go all murder hobo on a bunch of IMC troops. Now, I have to ask, where in the fuck was this gun the rest of the campaign? This gun is so massively fucking OP that imagine if you had this gun through the entire campaign. It's fucking game over right there. Screw literally every other gun I've come across. This thing is brutal, and it never runs out of ammo. So, yeah, that's single player, and granted, that type of content is very much my forte, but I would be completely remiss, and this review would be incomplete without at least briefly talking about the multiplayer component. And I'm not going to lie, it's pretty damn excellent. Sporting a total of 11 game modes, but only about 7 or 8 actual game modes. The rest are just variations. There's a little something there for everyone, although probably only 2 or 3 of those I'd actually continue playing. But that's strictly due to personal preference and not because of any actual mechanics of the game. Now, in addition to that, from what I've seen so far, unlocks and progression are solid and make sense. Also, and I can't believe that this is actually a selling point these days, but there's no season pass and no microtransactions. That's right. Respawn actually did it right and apparently aren't out to turn their title into nothing more but a simple cash grab, unlike so many other titles out there recently. However, the active player base for multiplayer is a little light, and that's due to Titanfall 2 releasing right in the middle of Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare, and unfortunately, it might take a little longer for this title to catch on fully, if ever. And it's a shame, because I actually enjoyed this game much more than I enjoyed Battlefield 1. It may not be graphically superior, but it's pretty damn close, and in pretty much every other way, to my mind at least, it is the superior game. So taking all of that into account, Titanfall 2 earns a solid 8 out of 10. It is a fantastic game and a definite must-own. Hell, if I had a SidAlpha seal of approval to offer, this game would get one. I would have ranked it higher, except the campaign was far shorter than I liked, and I can't give bonus points for it not having a season pass or microtransactions. But what I can tell you is that Respawn Entertainment really got it right here, and while this feels like a Titanfall 1 redo, it's a welcome one, and I hope to see bigger and better things happen with these developers. They've really shown their chops here, and with good storytelling and good balance to the multiplayer with no smart pistol to be found. And I really hope they beef up their single-player campaign for the next game. So don't forget to hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons, ladies and gentlemen. It's the only way my channel will continue to grow, and if by some chance you happen to dislike the video, the dislike button is down there as well somewhere. However, bear in mind that BT and I have become pretty close friends, and that dislike button might just activate a homing signal that will make him and his gun the size of a Buick come explain to you why this video is actually awesome. That said, thanks again for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, boys and girls. Thanks for checking my video out. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button and maybe even that subscribe button. Trust me, it works really good. Don't forget to share with your friends, and if you're interested in following me on Twitter and Facebook, the links for that are in the description down below. I also have a Patreon if you're interested in helping to support the growth of my channel, and the link for that is down below as well. And once again, thanks for watching and supporting my channel, guys. I really appreciate it.